We on?
Um.
Well, it looks like we are. I don't see anyone on yet.
Says live stream offline.
Try backing out on your side and two.
Here we are.
Whew.
Sorry. That took a while.
Sorry. Again.
Sorry. That took a while.
Sorry. Again.
Sorry. That took a while.
Can you mute that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, sorry about that. Again, we are coming from Colorado and are kind of shaky. We'll see if part two works just as well.
Or better.
Or better. Yeah. Sorry, I need a drink. Oh, Kevin, we're back.
Yes, we are. Sorry about that.
So, uh, the next topic that I wanted to talk about is battery layout. The battery layout, when you start to wire in your battery bank, it's pretty important you get this right. There's a couple things that you can talk about, and yeah, no crown in this cup. So, uh, I have this board, and I have drawn their tip outs. Um, on this side, we have two 6-volt batteries. Over here, we have 12-volt batteries. And what I wanted to break to, or show is some of the typical uh, wiring methods. The two things I'm going to talk about are parallel wiring, and I'm going to talk about series wiring. The difference between the two: parallel wiring, your amperage stays, or sorry, parallel wiring, your amperage is additive. So if you have two 12-volt batteries and they are rated at 100 amp hours apiece, the when you wire them in parallel, you are going to maintain 12 volts between the two. However, your amperage is going to double. So in this situation right here, with the positive side being over here, the negative side being down at the bottom, if you were to run a wire straight from one to the other and then to your trailer on the negative, run one from the positive to the trailer, wire them up like that. Can you see my lines?
I think so, but yeah.
Running this in parallel. So you're still going to have 12 volts, only if these, again, were 100 amp hours apiece, you would have 200 amps. On your 6-volt side, what you have with two 6-volt batteries, you want to run those in what they call series. Now, series batteries, your voltage is additive, meaning that 6 plus 6 is going to give you 12, but your amp hours stay the same. So if these are paired batteries, which they should be, say like mine, 230 amp hours apiece, if this one's 230 amp hours, this one's 230 amp hours, when you run them in series, combined, they will stay 230 amp hours. Now, again, positive being upper right, negative being, or sorry, upper left for you. Negative being the lower right, wire these, your power is going to come in and make contact with the terminal. Your negative from that battery is going to go down to the positive of the second battery. Negative to your house to be connected to the negative terminal of the second battery. Combined, that will give you 12 volts.
Kevin said he did say you would have 200 total for the 12 volt.
Yes, for this example, if this one was on and this one was 100 amps, you would have 200 amps combined if you wired them in parallel. So, if you had 4 6-volt batteries, you basically would create a series parallel system where you would connect 2 batteries in series, and then your would be between of one series and the negatives of the other. Does that make sense? Got it. Okay. So now So, because that's what we do, okay?
He says 2 sets of series.
Yes, if you have 6-volt batteries, you want 2 sets of series batteries. So my first example is going to be 4 12-volt batteries. Well, actually, no. Take that back. We're going to make some quick changes here.
What are you doing?
I'm erasing.
Look at you doing everything upside down.
Upside down. I'm talented. So, can you see what I'm doing, Kevin?
Because I think you're the only one here.
So, for your 4 6-volt batteries, so yeah, that's a 6. So for your 4 6-volt batteries, you'll have 2 series. So you'll have connection here to join those 2, and a connection there to join those 2. You then have a jumper going between your negatives and between your positives. That's going to allow you to run those in parallel. Now, when you hook up what you want to do is that you want to make sure, in order to equally use both sets, you want to make sure that your house is connected to the positive of one series, and then the negative for your house is connected to the negative of the second series. And between the two, that's going to ensure that you use balanced amount of power from each set of batteries. Cool? Okay. So, again, if you wanted to do 6.
Wow. Your kids are going to be so disappointed.
Oh, those don't look like batteries to you?
No.
If you have 6 batteries, that 6-volt batteries that you want to put in series parallel, again, you'll just take a jumper from positive to positive to positive. You'll have a leg across connecting negative to negative to negative. But again, you'll want to make sure that when you're connecting your, you want to connect one of these sections. You're going to connect to the negative of the other end. So if you have six-volt batteries wired in series parallel, each one of them is listed at 230 amp hours. You're going to have 230 here. You're going to have 230 in the second set. You'll have 230 in the third set. So that's going to give you a total of 690 amp hours of total amp hour capacity. So 690 amp hours.
That restaurant where they have to write upside down?
I should. So that's going to give you total. Do I get bonus point?
Yeah, your name.
Oh, okay. Now, again, with lead batteries, you can only use 50%, or you should only use, you can use as much as you want. However, it's going to greatly decrease the life expectancy of the batteries. So, your total usable amp hours is going to be half of that, which is going to end up being 345 amp hours. Usable.
Oh my goodness. Can you read that? It's bad. Look at.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, what do you think? Leave a comment below. So 50% of your total amp hours of your battery bank when using lead acid or AGM is what is going to it's what you're going to be able to use without harming the life expectancy of the batteries. Now, let's look at something else real quick. I know we're sideways, but I want to bring up a point. Because we know that 35 amp hours out of at an 80, well, and 80 pounds. Weight is going to be approximately the same for the AGM. They're going to be, for a standard size 6-volt AGM battery, with the same equivalent 230 amp hours or 200 and some amp hours, it's going to be, between 65, 70 pounds. Okay. So, one of the things that you're going to on, or make note of, your weight. You design your. You also want to keep in mind that if you only need 345 amp hours of life, you're only talking about 4 lithium battle-born batteries. So you're now talking about 120 pounds. £120 to get you 400 amp hours of battle-born lithium. Okay, enough of that. That's tough. So, 100 hours compared to 300 will get you 345 amp hours. Again, there's costs involved. Um, I will post I will post the links down in the bottom for the related costs, um, so that you can do your own comparison. Again, it's all going to come down to how much you're willing to put up front. For us, as full timers, because we live full time in our RV, and solar is very important to us, and being able to, as often as we can, is very important to us. The uh, the lithium is looking like a definitely